Okay, so the grip actually has 8 sides to it. I've put some numbers on here, and you can see the top bevel is right here. Number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Those are all the bevels we're going to worry about for now. For the left-hander, it goes the other way. Bevel number 1 is the same, number 2, and number 3 here on the side. Now we need to measure the relation of our hand to the grip. In order to do that, we're going to look at the index knuckle and the heel pad of the hand. Let's have a look at some forehand grips. We're going to focus on the index knuckle right here as the reference point. The index knuckle is the most important reference point and the one that I use most of the time. Usually if you get the index knuckle right, you don't have to worry about the heel pad. What you can see here is that my index knuckle is on bevel number 3, which is often called an Eastern forehand grip. Okay, if I move down a little bit further, right now I'm on 3.5, which is the edge between 3 and 4. Going down even further to number 4, I'm now at what's often called a semi-western grip. Anything further down is called a western grip, 4.5 or even 5. These are very extreme grips that I do not recommend any of you guys use. Ideally, you want to stay in the 3 to 4 range with your forehand grip. Anywhere in between there should be fine. Okay, let's have a quick look at the grips for the one-handed backhand, at the possible ranges here. The range is actually very small that I recommend. As you can see right now, my index knuckle is on bevel 1.5, just between bevel 1 and bevel 2 on the edge. This is the grip that I would recommend that you guys start out with. Now, if you've been playing for a while, you can move over to bevel number 1, which is going to help you deal better with topspin shots and high bouncing balls. Now let's have a look at the grip that I recommend for the two-handed backhand. As you can see here, my right hand, the index knuckle is on bevel number 2, over to the right side of the grip. Okay? Now I'm going to put the left hand here on bevel number 3, counting the other way for the left-hander. Okay? So the grip's going to look like this. Bevel number 3 for the left hand, going the left way, and bevel number 2 for the right hand. Last but not least, let's have a look at the grip for the serve. As you can see, my index knuckle is on bevel number 2. This is called a continental grip, and it's the grip that I recommend for the serve. Only if you're a beginner, it might make sense to start off a little bit further to the right on bevel 2.5 or 3. That's going to make it easier to get the ball in the court in the beginning. But as soon as possible, you want to try to...
Hai, kembali lagi sama gue Coach Andre Randang. Nah, kali ini gue ada di GBK Tennis Center. Gue sekarang mau melatih dan di sini gue akan kasih sharing tips yaitu serve dan return. Tapi sebelumnya di subscribe dulu channel gue. Dan di sini ada teknik dan juga strategi dalam permainan tenis. Oke? Mantap. Belum nonton, subscribe dulu ya channel gue dan klik loncengnya. Nah, kali ini gue akan memberikan tips yaitu serve dan juga apa itu tekniknya biar kita tahu sebagai pelatih untuk mengajarkan ke pemain biarpun beginner maupun juga advance. Yaitu pada tahap awal mengembangkan servis yang baik itu elemen penting yang harus diperhatikan itu adalah simple action. Tadi gue kasih contoh ya, simple action. Dan juga habis itu continuous action atau tindakan mengulang-ulang. Dan setelah itu ada juga good balance and ball placement, yaitu keseimbangan atau penempatan bola yang baik. Nah, contohnya kita bisa kasih target ke tee atau ke wide serve. Nah, itu semua juga kita bisa lakukan juga dengan pegangan yang cukup tepat atau reasonable correct grip, yaitu biasanya dimulai dari starting lewat eastern grip kalau bagi yang pemula ya, dan juga gradually progresnya ke continental grip. Tapi kita tidak bisa memaksakan pemain, kecuali kalau dia sudah advance, dan itu boleh kita harus memberikan contoh bahwa ya continental grip for serving. Nah, setelah itu ritme serve merupakan kriteria yang paling penting untuk memastikan tindakan atau service yang paling baik ya. Dan juga pada tahap awal perkembangan service ini, yaitu grip itu sangat paling penting, dan juga stand harus diajarkan, yaitu posisi berdirinya kemana. Nah, kalau kita bisa lihat di sini, gua ambil angle-nya bahwa di situ dikasih target, ada T dan juga wide serve. Nah, semuanya ini kalau kita masuk ke segi teknik dan juga taktik, kita bisa lihat di sini juga bahwa kalau T serve, returning serve-nya harus bisa masuk ke posisi yang ke backhand side ya, kalau dia tahan kanan. Jadi serve to T yang returnnya backhand to go to backhand side of the server. Nah, itu adalah taktik yang kita lakukan untuk match situation. Itu dari serve to T dan juga return di sana untuk hitting ke backhand service-nya. Jadi dua-duanya bisa mendapatkan latihan, yaitu yang service masuk ke T dan juga returnnya go to the backhand, to the weaker side. Dan itu adalah salah satu contoh latihan service dan return dalam taktik. Bisa dapat teknik dan juga taktiknya. Oke, watch again ya.
Masuk Noni. Oke. Nanti setelah itu kamu iya samping terus samping.
When you pull that hand from the outside and the racket flips, it goes down on its own and it goes back on its own, it finds this position where the butt cap is towards the ball a lot quicker. There's a lot more momentum, which is going to create a lot more racket head speed. So you're going to find the slot, that dynamic slot, a lot faster when you go and tap the dog, you pull on the hand, and that finds the dynamic slot, and that's creating a lot more racket speed, and you're going to hit a heavier ball and a much bigger ball. All I want you to do is make a forward swing. Don't go back. Okay, you went back just a little bit. Okay, don't worry about the power. You can have your hand down just a little bit more. There you go. Just make a forward swing. That's all I want to see. Attaboy. Again, just start from that position right there. Okay, but right now play a little more open stance. Just keep it there. Don't move it. That's good. Try it. Attaboy. That's okay. Again, get the right there. Just keep it there. Keep it there. Attaboy. Again, everything cross court. You're doing a good job. That was healthy. That was very healthy. I like that one. Again, good. Now, just so you feel a little more comfortable and the relationship between you and the ball is better, try to work the feet a little bit more.
Meaning that when you come up, you shouldn't hit it super high and you shouldn't hit it super low, you should be in between. And that's the racket head position you should memorize, feel, so when you hit the ball, you can consistently reproduce that one. And that's what Djokovic has done through years and years in practice. And this is the secret to when you see Djokovic on the full splits, being able to take the power that's on the ball and flick or shove or do some weird thing and hit these amazing shots. It's because he understands where the racket needs to be and where the racket face angle needs to be at contact. If you understand that, then guess what? Even when you're in trouble, if you can get your hands on the ball with your backhand, you can get it to go anywhere in the court just by knowing how to use the racket face. And finally, we got to talk about the finish. Djokovic has a nice full finish. He comes out, he extends through the ball, and then what you're gonna see is the racket face looking behind him. So boom, boom. You see this a lot where his racket face is here, going through the contact and here. So what you wanna do is start focusing on this is I recommend you work on the stir to calf pull. And this is so important because this is what's gonna generate the power. And so what I want you to do right now as a drill is just start in this position with the racket back. We've done our unit turn to get the racket back, and from here, feel your hands relax. This is another thing. Players clutch the racket. I mean, they're squeezing the life out of the racket. And then they think, well, okay, I'm holding on tight, and then I'm gonna drop my racket. That feels so stressful, okay? And this feels so tight. The tighter your body is, the less loose you are. The less loose you are, guess what? You can't move as fast. Just think about if you were tense, if you tensed up all your muscles and you try to run. If I tense up my arms, it slows everything down, okay? So what we need to do is make sure we're nice and relaxed. So if you find yourself being really tense, what I want you to do is take the top 3 fingers of both hands, grab the racket here, and do this drill where the bottom fingers are off. So there should be a less tension. And focus on letting the racket drop, letting the racket drop. So what the drill is, you're gonna start here in the unit turn, do the stir, and I want you to just touch your calf. So we're gonna go here, calf, here, calf, here, calf, here, calf. Okay, from here, what we're gonna do is start missing our calf. And so when we take the racket back, let's just start here this time. We're gonna drop, miss the calf, and start turning the knee. So you notice how, boom, I'm turning the knee. I'm transferring that power. And what you're gonna really start noticing, if you pay attention to what's happening down here, the faster I turn the knee, the faster the racket is. It's, I think, very counterintuitive for a lot of players who don't understand how to use their body. They think the faster I swing, the faster the ball's gonna go, compared to the faster I turn my hips. And so when you watch Djokovic, you'll see this nice pop of how he starts turning his hips when he really wants to accelerate on the ball. Okay, and that's what's important. That you'll see him transfer his weight and turn his hip or his knee to get more power on the ball. And so this is the way you want to start practicing. Just going stir, boom. So now let's just do us a couple drop feds and see exactly how you can work on this at home. Okay, this is what we want to do for this drop fed drill. So your two-hander, I recommend holding your racket with your grip, your backhand grip, with your left hand, and then having the ball in your right hand. And what you're gonna do is toss the ball. Now here's probably one of the biggest mistakes I see people when they try to drop fed themselves in their training at home, is that they do this. Oh shoot, I don't have enough time, okay? And you don't have a chance to do everything. When you do this drill, I want you to toss the ball in the air. It gives you more time, and that way you're not rushed to set up. And so what I want you to do is actually do some fake tosses first. So I'm gonna toss, just like that. Toss, I'm swinging under the ball. Okay, one more, up, toss, and then I want you to hit it. So again, we're here, toss, and work on turning the knee and finishing. Okay, so I'm turning the knee and finishing, just like Djokovic. The more you can do this over and over so you don't have to think about it when you're out playing, the better your backhand's gonna be. And you're gonna be able to turn your backhand into a better weapon. Now that you have a backhand down, you definitely need a forehand. So go watch this video where I talk about Djokovic and the things he taught me about his forehand that you can start incorporating in your game too.